Please be sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video down below. It would really help the channel out and it would mean so much to me. We're so close to 100K, we're so close! So I would really appreciate it if you subscribed and we were able to get to 100K before the end of the year. It's free and you can always change your mind later. But if you don't subscribe, then I'm gonna make sure both sides of your pillow are going to be warm tonight. Enjoy the video! Hey there, love. You doing okay? That's good. That's really good. I got you some stuff I think will help you feel better. Managed to get some time off considering you're pregnant. You have no idea how many hoops I had to jump through to get this. I got you some ginger ale and some vitamins to help you out. Ginger ale will help you if you get stomach ache or headache, and these vitamins will help you out with, the nutrients and everything. This is, isn't it insane that in 1 month that you and I are going to be husband and wife? Can you believe that? After everything you and I have gone through, we made it. We did it. And now we have a kid. We're going to have a kid. Gosh, it doesn't feel real, but it's... How have you been feeling, though, by the way? A little icky. It makes sense. It's to be expected. Other than that, you've been okay? That's good. How's our little one been doing? That's good. That's really good. I'm glad things are doing really well with you and them. I really cannot wait to see them. Your ultrasound is next week. We'll get to see our baby and we'll finally find out if it's a boy or a girl. Oh, that actually reminds me. I brought you some food. So, from what I've learned about the process of pregnancy, the BRAT diet is going to be your best friend. The brat diet is what people would call it. Bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast. That's what I grabbed when I stopped at the grocery store. I bought like a bunch of those stuff. And you can eat some of those products whenever you're feeling like morning sickness and stuff. Now, I don't want you to strictly stick to this diet, because it's actually no longer recommended as much as it used to be because it runs the risk of nutrient and calorie deficiency. So that's why I'm going to be cooking some meals for you that my colleagues recommended would be good for the pregnancy. And also, to ensure that you are not alone, I'll be eating the meals with you. Oh, and also, I took down some notes that I knew I was going to need to know about when it comes to this kind of stuff. And I want to make sure that you are helped through this entire thing. This whole entire process is something that I want you to be able to go through smoothly. I am here with you because I refuse to let you go through this alone. So there's different types of symptoms that you can expect to face when pregnant, like acne, nasal congestion, fatigue, cramps, etc., etc. Now, I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this because I already have plans to help out with that. I got some cream for the acne, I got some nasal sprays for you, a heating pad for the cramps, and I got some extra pillows and blankets for you when you get extremely exhausted. And I also am prepared to make any kinds of runs that I need to do in order to make sure that you are as comfortable as you can possibly get. Of course, my love. This is our child, and you're going to be my wife. You deserve this hospitality, because I know how much of a fighter you are. But you are going to be carrying our child. You are bearing the most difficult part of this pregnancy. You have to carry this baby for 9 months and then go through all of the struggles that you may face and then deliver the baby when your water inevitably breaks. All of those endeavors that you have to face, I do not want you to do alone. I do not want you to face all of those terrifying challenges all by yourself. I am going to be here by your side. You will always have me to rely on. I'm here, and I'm going to be a good husband and a good father. You can count on that. You understand me? Anything you want, anything you need, I will get you. And I'll do everything in my power to get as much time off as I can. But thankfully, I won't have to put in too many time off requests because I actually have been able to work this plan into play around my schedule. So I'll be able to deliver what you need and what you want to you while also keeping the hours going. I love you too, sweetheart. I would do anything for you and our child. I'd lay down my life for you and them. And good news is I'm going to be here all day today. I have the day off. And then once our baby is born, we'll be able to put in our paternity leave. Give us plenty of time to be able to take care of our child, bond with it, and be able to just be there to ensure that he or she is happy. As happy as he or she could ever be. Well, if your head's hurting, drink some ginger ale. I got some that tastes better, not like the ones that have like a bland taste, you know. Speaking of taste, actually, your taste buds may start to change, and you may start to like foods you normally wouldn't like, and hate foods you normally would like. It's something called what is it? Dysgeusia. Yeah, dysgeusia. That's what it's called. No, it's not a permanent thing. It may come and go for you every now and then, but normally it goes away a few weeks after the early stages of the pregnancy. But there are times where it may last the entirety of the pregnancy until you give birth. But one thing is for certain, that when you inevitably do give birth, that will no longer be a problem. You also might have like metallic tastes, and that's perfectly normal. That's perfectly normal. Of course I prepared for these times, honey. I mean, I'm an ER doctor after all. I do this stuff for a living. I give all kinds of advice like this to newly wedded couples who are about to become newly parents, you know? I guess it's like those moments where you're really good at advising people in certain scenarios, but then when it happens to you, you have a hard time taking your own advice. That was sort of what kind of went through my head when you told me that you were pregnant. I was really, really terrified. But to be fair, that's normally what every single new parents go through. They're terrified. They don't know what they're going to do. They don't know how they're going to take care of the child. They don't even know if they'll be able to afford it, if their insurance is going to cover it or anything like that. But at the end of the day, it'll be okay. As long as you and I stick together and we do this, we put our all into this and making sure that this child grows up to be the greatest that they can ever be, then we'll be fine. And I can assure you, I will never walk out on you. I will never be that person. I refuse to be that person. Do you understand me? I refuse to be that deadbeat father who ditches his wife because she got pregnant. You understand me? Hey. Wipe away the tears, honey. Here, let me help you. There we go. You know I don't like seeing you cry. Of course. I've dreamed of this moment, honestly. Being able to take care of you while you're carrying our child. I've dreamed of this moment, and now it's a reality. And the best part is that my second dream is going to be coming true in a month. I'll get to call you my wife. So I seriously cannot wait. I really can't. And like I said, I'm prepared for those times. I'll get you the stuff you need and stuff you want depending on how the pregnancy goes. I did all of this for you. For you and our child. You both mean everything to me. This child is going to have the best mother and father ever. You and I both can agree on that. It is a terrifying aspect, but it's part of life. And like I said, a long time ago, you and I, against the world, we are an unstoppable duo. And inevitably, we'll become an unstoppable trio. I know I say the sweetest things, but you love it, and I know you do. Now come here. I want to cuddle you for a bit. I seriously cannot believe that this is real. I honestly find it hard to believe. Part of me thinks that this has been a long dream that I haven't woken up from. It's gonna then one day, gonna be like, I wake up in my bed back in 93 or 95, 96, something somewhere, and we're not even at this point. Whether you and I are broken up or still together, I don't know, but I sometimes fear that, but then I pinch myself and I feel the pain and I realize this is reality. This is real, and it's not gonna be a dream. It's reality, and this is really happening. We're gonna have a kid together. I'm so proud of you. Because you have done so much to get to this point. You've gone through so many tough bridges, and you've had to burn a lot of them. And yet, despite that, you have not let any of those horrendous endeavors keep you down. And from my point of view, it seems like that all of those difficult journeys that you've had to face made you stronger. The night you ended up in my ER, I didn't see someone who was weak. I didn't see someone who was pathetic. I saw someone who was a fighter, who had been fighting for too long, and needed help. Words cannot express how thankful I am to have opened that door. Because I don't think that if I had taken that case or opened that door, I'd be right here cuddling with you. I'm so glad you exist, and I'm so glad you're here. I need you to understand that, love. Come here. Look at me. I've thought about this throughout our entire journey in our relationship. We've been through thick and thin. We've seen the best of life and probably the worst of life. And despite that, there are many more adventures that we are going to go on that may top both of those achievements, the worst and best of life. But despite that, we don't let any bad situations or any sad or great situations differ how we view each other. We only let the positive sides increase our love for each other. And I know I sound like a poet or sound like a literature writer or something like that, but I'm just trying to express to you just how grateful I am to have been able to stay by your side and have you be by my side as well. I cannot express to you just how much I am happy that I walked through that door and saw you in my ER room. And as dark as it may sound, I really am. And we're going to be getting married next month. And our kid is going to be... you may give birth this year. Who knows? Either way, I just know for a fact that if I was not in that office that day, you know what's crazy? That morning when I woke up, I was feeling like crap. I didn't get enough sleep that night. I only got 2 hours of sleep. I was up all night filing paperwork, and I had neglected my sleep schedule so much that time. So much so that I almost didn't even sleep, but I did sleep. And I only got 2 hours of sleep. And I had a sick day that I could use. And I'm dead serious when I say this. I actually was in the process of putting in the number to call in sick. But I don't know what happened or what came over me, but something in my heart was telling me to not do this. That I needed to go in. Something was just telling me that I had to. I didn't have a reason why, but it was just something was telling me to do that, to just hang up the phone and go to work. And I decided to do that. I went into work, grabbed myself some lunch, and then clocked in, got to work, helped out with different cases, and I still remember. The last case that I was handling was someone who had jumped from his roof and into his pool. He thought it would be a great idea. And dude is... I'm pretty sure that guy is so much better now. I think I've forgotten his name, unfortunately, because he hasn't been back ever since. And plus, that was around when I was living in my apartment still. So it was a different office. So I don't know how he's doing. I hope he's doing well, and I really hope that he is not trying to jump from his roof into his pool again. Because Lord knows that if I have to see him again for something even worse, I'm probably gonna implode. Implosion. You seriously don't know the difference? But oh my goodness. An implosion. Like, so much pressure is on something that it basically, like, is crushed inside instead of like an explosion, which is going boom. But it's more like a... I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but you know what I'm saying. I hope the guy's doing well, and I'm just glad that he at least listened to my one thing I stressed to him. 1 week of bed rest. Because I know that he did this because about a week after he had left the ER, he sent me a letter and thanked me. Just like how I said that he would thank me later. But of course, then I walked down the hall and I got the call that you were in my ER. I told Jennifer to call Olivia because Olivia's really good at handling domestic violence cases, but when I met your eyes, all of those memories, all those dates, all those everything, the laughs, the cries, the movies, the dates, the adventures, the hikes, all of those things that we did together from high school all the way to the start of college, they all came back to me. All of them. And, well, I almost started crying right there, but I had to maintain professionalism. But I will tell you this, throughout that entire encounter with you, I was crying. I was crying on the inside. Because I hated seeing you in that condition. And as much as I love the sight of you, seeing you hurt and beaten like that, It broke my heart into a million pieces. But all of those pieces have been put back together. Because I know you're safe. I know that you're happy. Why else would you be carrying our child and getting married to me? Other than that, you're happy with me. I don't think I can. I tell you all these things because I try my best to express to you how happy and grateful I am to have you in my life, but no matter how much I tell you, no matter what I say, no matter how much I say, nothing will come close to how grateful I am to have seen you, just seen you in that room, and to help you, and feeling your lips on mine after for God knows how long. I could not be more thankful that I didn't call in sick that day. I love you. I love you so much. I really do. Oh, dang. Oh, I'm getting emotional right now. I know I'm an emotional wreck, but it's just... I just can't wait to marry you and be your husband. You know that? I really just can't wait. I love you too. Of course, honey. Of course. Anything. Anything for the love of my life. Anything for the two most important people in my entire life. I love you. And always will. Don't ever forget that. Alright, well, I am gonna go get your first pregnancy-safe meal ready. Thank you. It does mean a lot to me to know that you are starting to appreciate my better cooking. And for once, I'm actually not burning the house down. Thank you, honey. I'm glad you're starting to enjoy my cooking. And I'm glad my cooking is getting a lot better. All right. You just let me know if you need anything, okay? If you are feeling crampy, if you're feeling like icky, if anything is happening, anything's wrong, just holler at me and I will come racing to you, okay? All right. I'll be back with your meal. I love you. Rest well, honey. I'm serious. Rest well. Good. All right, I'll be right back.